Former Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says he and his family were targeted in a, quote, cruel, politically motivated hoax. This was after an anonymous caller made what police characterize as a false report to Child Protective Services. According to Buttigieg, the caller said he spoke to a woman who claimed she met him several years ago at a conference in Alabama, where she alleged Buttigieg told her he committed unspeakable violent crimes, and the caller believed his children were still at risk. Due to this claim, he was not allowed to be alone with his children until interviews were conducted, which he calls the darkest hours of his life. The CPS worker assigned to the case and the police officer who interviewed him and his children separately did not find anything to substantiate the allegation. Buttigieg wrote, he also says he's never, ever been to the town where the woman claims she met him, and said it's not lost on him that this happened during Pride Month. In a piece he wrote for Substack, Buttigieg says, quote, "To be clear, making a false report of this kind is a crime. I don't know how much we can do about it, but so help me God, if there is any way to press civil or criminal charges over this, we will. Not just for our sakes, but to draw a line that I thought everyone already recognized. Do not mess with someone's kids."
This story is enraging on so many levels. As Secretary Buttigieg pointed out, this is Pride Month, LGBTQ Pride Month, where, 11 years ago yesterday was the Obergefell decision, where marriage equality was made the law of the land, where couples like us, Eugene, we felt like we had a modicum, we had more security in this country for us and our families. And now, in the moment that we're in, our families don't feel very secure in general, given what's happening in the country writ large, but in individual states. And now you have this happening. I mean, swatting and things like this are just egregious. But for a prominent out gay couple with 4-year-old children going through something like this, it is outrageous. And it is something that people really need to take seriously. I think leaders should step out there and say that, as Secretary Pete points out in his piece, in politics, children are supposed to be sacrosanct. You're supposed to leave them alone. These are 4-year-olds. 4-year-olds.
And I think something that's not lost on me is that they are 4-year-old little black kids.
Yep.
And so their first probably interaction with men in blue suits and jackets and with guns on their hips coming in, talking to them and interviewing them is based on a lie that they will find out about as they get older. And I think what we continue to see in this country is the attacks on queer community and public out people are coming fast and furious and in different ways. Like it used to be like one way, like you'd get attacked online and that'd be it. But something like this is really ugly and concerning about what it portends for someone like him who's going to continue running for office.
And Jackie, you're the only one here who has a child. I mean, when you read what Secretary Pete wrote, how did you feel?
I can't imagine being separated from the most important thing in your life for 24 hours. It's really absolutely terrifying. I think outside of the homophobia of this all and the attacks that gay people in this country, queer people in this country now have to deal with every single day, there's also, I think, another conversation that my husband and I have had talked a lot about publicizing your children on social media too. And this is why people don't want to get into public life anymore as well. Putting yourself out there, you're an example for so many people, you're an inspiration for so many people. At the same time, you are a target as well. And it's terrifying, and I think it scares good people from doing these kinds of jobs and being vulnerable with each other. And it's really a shame. You
know, one other point, as I was reading Secretary Pete's Substack, the thing that jumped into my head, you know what else was this week? And I don't know the timing of all this. It was Chasten's birthday, Secretary Pete's husband. So can you imagine just the terror that family went through, and also on a day when they should be celebrating, depending on the timing of all this. I just.